as possible with myself, and I want to talk to other people who may be grieving in silence like I am. Uh, it was, and I just don't. I'm in a dark place, and the pain is so intense, and it's so real, and I hurt so bad from my son being killed on February the 7th. 22 years ago, it happened. Somebody took his life away, and every year I grieve. And each year that it is farther away from me, I hurt more because I still don't know what happened to my son. And it seemed like the people who should have turned over heaven and earth didn't do nothing to help. Nothing, 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 nothing. And then on February the 9th, my mom passed away too. My grandmother passed away in February. And you know, we're not allowed to even grieve the loss of our loved ones. Don't nobody want to listen. Don't nobody care about my pain. Don't nobody care. We got to keep on going. We got to keep on going. And this pain is horrible. It's horrible. And I done went on so many times, and I'm like, I don't know how I made it here. I don't know how I made it. I don't know. And then I tell myself that my children, my two that gone on, they is the wind beneath my wings that carry me on. You done seen the bird when it stopped flopping, but it kept moving. I stopped flapping. I couldn't go on. The punch was so intense in my stomach. You didn't have to hit me. It's like a foot in the stomach sometimes. The pain can be so intense, and we keep on doing it too. We keep on doing it to one another. I'm not gonna use color. I done blacked it out all the way out. And this is just my blackout moment. I believe in that non-binary shit, because sometimes I let my mind take me somewhere else, and in that moment, I'm an eagle flying over, and I'm soaring all the way over there. All of that stuff, all of that pain, all of that hurt, all the obstacles that have deliberately been put in my way. I'm flying over them, and I'm protected like I am the eagle for a moment. I live in protection that if you fuck with that eagle, then you fucking with this, that, ain't, and is, and you can end up in jail. I don't care who you. What if a police officer were to shoot down an eagle? Huh? Would the police officer go to jail? I do wonder. What if the president of the United States of America was to shoot down an eagle? Would he have to answer for his actions too? That's the type of economy and that's the type of system I want to live in, where everybody got an answer for taking a life away. And it should be complete transparency. Every eye should be able to see it. Shouldn't be no behind no door meetings when you are officials of the government. The police, nobody. Ain't nobody supposed to have that much power over the life of another. And that's the one thing that let me know I am a slave still. And I have no rights over my own life. I live in a system where the police officer can gun me down at any time that they want to. Even with my hands up. Even with me running away. I still can get shot in my back. And they will not go to jail. And that is not fair. That is not fair. They should not be allowed. Weapons should be kept at home. All your weapons should be kept at home. And if you need a weapon just to leave up out your house, then you need to be able to gather a check. Because I'm serious. And you need to go seek counseling, and you need to talk to somebody. I don't know what you've been through, and I don't know what you done experienced in your life, but I be like, every time I walk out my door, I'm scared. There's somebody gonna take my life away from me. And then when I lay down at night, I lay down with that same fear. I'm tired of living like that. Please, please, put the guns away. Leave them at home. Hallelujah. Slap the fuck out of me, please, but don't take my life. If I need to be dealt with, however, don't take our lives. I'm tired of the drive-bys. I'm tired of all of that. I'm sick of them little motherfucking children out of control. God damn it. I want to take one up by their motherfucking collar and just shake them and say, listen here, go somewhere and sit the fuck down. You don't know what you're doing. It's breaking my heart. You break my heart when you take a life. How do you even know how to take a life? Why do you use that as your only resource? Where is it coming from? I'm sick of y'all training my children because I don't care where I'm at. They become my child too. And I want to watch over them, and I want to protect them, and I want to be sure that they're safe. It means a lot to me to see a child and anybody else safe. And we take life for granted. Fuck you. Fuck you when they go. They ain't coming back. In my heart, sometimes it can't leave that grave. And I can't even go to that grave. I've been to that grave one time. It's so hard for me to accept that my son was taken away from me. My heart bleeds. It does. It does. It hurts so bad. I can see headstones. It hurts so bad. But when I talk about it, it helped me feel better. It do. I just want to yell right now, but I'm scared that my neighbors will hear me. They'll think I'm crazy. I am. I have every right. I have every right to be crazy. I lost something great. Great. He was great to me. He was. He came from me. He was. I had a daughter. Hallelujah. She was born. She wasn't, her body wasn't perfect. She was perfect. But the mechanics in her body, they were not perfect too. I walk around and I hold all of this stuff in my head and in my heart, and I try to write it out. And I know I need to talk to somebody about it. So I'm talking. You don't have to listen. You don't have to feel my pain. You don't have to listen. This is my way of being able to express myself and to get it outside of my head. One person might not even listen, but I plan on sharing it on my Facebook page. Don't nobody have to listen. I'm getting it out of my head, and I feel like I'm helping somebody somewhere by letting them know you're not suffering alone. You're not suffering alone. Hallelujah. You're not suffering alone. If people out here suffering and this is going on and we gotta go on and we don't have nobody to talk to and we walking around here and we holding all that hurt and all of that pain in. Sisters, I know I ain't the only one. I know I ain't the only mother. Hallelujah. Who done had to walk beside that grave? Hallelujah. My body was there, but my mind wasn't when I went the time that I did go. I was overshadowed with grief. Hallelujah. I be scared I'm gonna die before I find out who did it. So I said, you gotta go on, girl. You got something that is living. You gotta try to be the mother hen over them and keep on protecting them as long as you can. And you still have to go on. We gotta leave our little children with complete strangers and go somewhere long time, 10, 12 hours. These babies at these daycare centers. They ain't attached to your child like you are, and you gotta leave your baby and you gotta go. Your 2-week-old baby. That baby can't tell you nothing. My heart bleeds for the mothers this morning. I'm, I'm grieving for those that grieving too, because I know how they feel. Please leave your guns at home. If you need to carry a gun when you leave home, you need some help. You really do. Because I try hard. I don't want to carry one when I go nowhere. I want to go free and I want to live freely. I don't want nobody taking something so precious from me. Then I be like, am I going to suffer if somebody kill me? Did my son suffer? You know, I think about it. Did he suffer? Did he beg for his life? Why did they take him away? I wasn't there. I was not there. I was not there. Well, where was I? Where was I when it happened? Over and over and over. I asked myself these same questions. I didn't do it. I tell myself I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I did not do it, but I should have been there for him when he needed me most. I should have been there with him. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have, when I didn't want him to go, I should have listened to myself. I should have listened to myself. And I didn't want to send him, but I listened to other people. I feel better. I do. Talking about it makes me feel better. Getting deep like that is hard for me to get deep like that with someone who is present right there in present form with me. It's kind of hard, you know. Sometimes I have a hard time expressing myself, and then sometimes like I would just all of a sudden, you know, I want people to know that he's here, he's been here, he was murdered, you know. I want to share it more on at certain times with people. I want to open up more, and you know, and let them know that you know, I might be sad, and I'm trying hard to express myself more so perhaps people will understand where I'm coming from. And I was working at a place where there's a lot of women who are cool with each other, when they talk on the real, and I sometimes I like working in places, and this is a place that I like working in, but I felt the need to resign because I felt like I wasn't being taken serious by management for whatever the reason may be. I don't like when people promise me something and then they don't, you think you don't have to at least give me some sort of uh, reason as to why it hasn't happened. And if you keep on giving me different reason, each time it's a different reason, then I don't really believe you're doing what you said you was gonna do. I feel like you just giving me the runaround, in other words. You're telling me something just to keep me going, just so you can keep using me, when I got the feeling that she was like a faker, like she really don't care for you kind of type of person, just the type of person that tell you what you want to hear, but never really coming through like the jobs that I I'm like, and there's a lot of people. Now I'm gonna tell you how much I make an hour. I make like $10 an hour, and I'm a hard worker. I don't like to miss the days from work. I like going to work. I haven't missed any days. Been there for 7, going on 8 months, and trying to stay there because I at first I was scared, um, but I just liked working there for whatever the reason is. The staff and the crew are cool people. They are. A lot of them, they upfront about how they feeling. They don't hide they feeling, like when you at home. And when people are honest with me about how they feeling, it makes it easier for me to deal with. It makes it easier for me to feel comfortable around people when they are who they are. When they speak their mind. When they let you know how they feeling. And I enjoyed that work, and they talked throughout the kitchen. I enjoyed it. That shit was cool. I had kind of liked them. And then, a job became open and available, and I asked for that job. And you might be like, ooh, what, she don't make pretend, what could the job be? Couldn't be management, because you can always move up in management in restaurants and stuff, because they just trying to find somebody to do the work, you know? That ain't the case. The case ain't management and none of that shit. It's the cleaning job. It's just a damn cleaning job. And I didn't mind when the management asked me to go do the bathroom and stuff. Hell, I do cleaning. I do for people. People call me sometime and they be wanting me to do a quick clean job for them. Yes, okay, cool. Blah blah blah. It ain't that much though. It ain't that much. I've been trying to jumpstart my own cleaning business. I can't get no motherfucker. I got some now. I ain't gonna tell that lie. I got some I've been had for a year. Hallelujah. Who done gave me other people to clean for too now. And I got a weekly, and I got a bi-weekly, and I got a young lady who just called me 2 weeks in a row. So yeah. I get in, I do the job, what got to be done. I ain't on my phone, I ain't talking, I ain't smacking on bubble gum and shit. I ain't playing my music loud, because I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to heal. Because I don't know this person's house and shit. I don't know their routine. Some of these people are working from home. They like myself. They like being inside and being left the fuck alone. I ain't trying to do none of that. I don't come in there with no purse. I don't have no weapons, no none of that shit. I ain't got jewelry hanging all over me. I am coming in here trying to look professional and let them know that I am serious and I have some clients and I like them. I like working with them. I like uh, how they treat me, you know. They ain't standing there all over me watching me. They give me the supplies that I need. Leave me a list, and they go head on and work, and they do their shit. They do their shit, and we keep it motherfucking moving and shit like that. When I'm there, I stick to the list at hand. If I ain't got to fold no clothes and put no clothes away from that list, I ain't opening no drawer. I ain't got time to open no drawers. If they want me to go up in here and organize their closet and organize they dresser drawers, I do all that shit, goddammit. I take every sock and if that's what you want, if that's on your list, match all my socks up and organize my sock drawer. I'll knock that goddamn sock drawer the hell out. You be looking at what style you want. Do you want them rolled up? How you want them rolled? Do you want them rolled from the toe? Do you want them rolled from the top? Do you want me to fold them over one time and lay them flat and smooth them down? How you want it? This is your draw. Do you want something else in the drawer with the socks? Or do you want just the socks? Do you want me to sit over here and put you some socks and some underwear? Yeah, in a tie. Just take it and fold it up there and put it together. Give me 7 ties so I can do you 7 days. I do that kind of shit right there. I have your bachelor pad looking just like, you know how you, it's okay. I am not opposed to sex. I ain't lying. I got him through some fucking. I got children. I know what it is. So we gonna get past the sexual aspect. I ain't always in the bed. I ain't always in the bed now. Listen, Linda. Linda, I am not in the bed all the time. However you want it. I can take your bachelor pad and help you make it look like more like well, you might like it offset. You might not like the room, the telly in front of the TV or the TV placed over the fireplace. I can help you make that shit happen right there. I like organizing shit. I'll come in, I organize pantries, I do all that kind of stuff. But it's hard for me to get that clientele. I don't know anybody that much in this city where I live right now. But I love this area where I am. Now, I don't know if the people are fake or not. I really don't know. I don't know. You fake till you give me reason. You know, you 100 legitimate. 100 legitimate with me until you give me reason to suspect you fake. I'm trying to get over my fake ways. I'm trying very hard to get over one of my things is, yes. Agreeing, not telling a person how I really feel because I'm afraid it's going to hurt their feelings and it's going to jeopardize my friendship with them. So I just say yes. I say yes. And I go along for the program because I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings. So sometimes I'll say yes, even when I mean no. In my heart, that's deceitful. So I'm trying to be more honest about my real feelings if somebody were to ask. Or just say, I don't want to answer. I don't want to talk about that. So I change the subject. If it's something I don't want to talk about sometimes, I just change the subject because I don't be wanting to do that. I don't be wanting to do that. And I kind of liked the supervisor until she gave me reason not to trust her. I still like her. I still love her. It's just that my belief in her has shifted. And that was a little bit disappointing because I really thought she was being legit and honest. It was a cleaning job. And I wanted to clean up, do the cleaning and pull the trash and wipe down shit and then she gave it to another guy who had started I had asked her about the job, and then she had hired him to work inside of the kitchen, like in the restaurant too. And she shouldn't have promised me the job. Even the manager over her said he heard that I had wanted the job, and he thought I was gonna. I don't recall how he said it, but he pretty much indicated too. But if shit ain't in writing, just like money, I don't count money till I get it in my hand. I don't, or my account. And then that account shit, it tricky. What if somebody were to hack the banking system then? Your money ain't your money no more. I don't know. What if they just take money? I mean, got some professionals out there who can wipe out every goddamn account out here. They might get caught now. Don't mean they can't do it now. Got some genius peoples out there. Really do. They fascinate me. But at any rate, I was I wanted to do the cleaning. Come in at 5 to 11, do the windows, the doors, the play area. They was using me to do it anyway, you know. I to help. I would help. Not all the time, because anytime they asked me to go help with it, I didn't mind going helping with it. But then when she promised me the job, she let me do the job a day or two maybe, and then she hired. He was working there already too, and then she never promised me. She did say that she had to talk to him about the job. He pretty much had told me out of his own mouth that I was gonna get the job. Now somebody lying when she said, well, no, she didn't say nothing to me. She had them gave it to the other guy, and I seen him doing it one day. She had put me somewhere else. And she never told me that she had get a job to him. And then when I asked her about it and we talked about it, then she had said, well, that somebody else had told her that I should not have a job because it was too much heavy lifting for me. But I think that should have been my decision. If that were the case, she should have spoke to me about it first and give me an option to speak for myself against somebody else who she shouldn't allow somebody else to speak on my behalf. She should have asked me. She should have talked to me about it. And I feel like that's unfair to me. And then she hired him some help. Two of them she gave the job to them. They were both making more money than I was. I'm still at $10 an hour. I like cleaning, and I wanted to make a little bit more money. I felt like it would be a win-win for me. I'm in it to win it. I done got this age. I think I should be making more money because I have more experience, more knowledge. I'm more grounded. I'm more in tune with the earth and my surroundings. I'm no longer wild-spirited as I was when I was young. I did like to run and have fun. And when I started having sex, I enjoyed having sex too. I remember I must be around somewhere 13 or something when I began to look at boys when I wanted to hold hands with them and stuff like that. I was around 13 years old. They said that's when puberty started. I'm saying this when our reproductive minds set in. Because we are reproductive organs. We are we bring forth life. We do so much to help keep the earth clean. And we don't realize how special we are until someone is gone away. I believe it's a woman's right. If she want to get an abortion, that's her right. That's her right. And you got some women out there who hate them because they cannot have a baby. You got some women who hate a mother and who'll do anything she can, who work in places like that. But because she cannot have a baby of her own, she'll make it hard for other women. They want jobs like that. You got men out there. We got men. We got men on the competition team. I wish you would take your nuts and go back over yonder with the men. I'm not trying to be, you know what, I've been thinking about doing that, trying to be a transvestite. I wonder what would I look like as a transvestite. Sometimes I feel like they like trying so hard to make fun of women. Like the man with the real long breasts. Sometimes women have to have breast reduction surgeries done. The breast be so uncomfortable in the weight causing them back pain. And he walking around here making fun of women. Like he know what it is to be a woman. He don't. I don't care if she ain't never became a mother. She's still a woman. And you don't know what it feel like to be one just because you throw on some titties and a whole heap of makeup and a big old long ass wig. That don't make you no fucking woman. You dress up, you talk, you run around here with titties hanging around to your midsection, slapping, talking shit like that's what a woman do. She'll be a motherfucking hen on your head. But unless you were born with a pussy, I don't care if you being fucked. That don't make you a woman. Now we gotta compete with a dick. And you got me around here who taking it up the butt, who married. And that is his decision. But he should be honest with his wife. I believe that you should know everybody that your partner is having sex with. I don't believe in isolating my mind to one person either. I sure don't. And I don't want to run around here trying to keep up with where you at. I want you to be honest with me when you go out there. And if you done been fucking, I want you to give your body time to rest. Don't walk in the door from screwing somebody else and want to come up in here and have sex with me. Give your body time to rest. Give your body time to rest. Your mouth, too. I don't want your mouth on me. I don't want your hands on me. I want you to go ahead on and give your body time to rest. You owe it to me. You owe it to yourself. If that's what you want to do, please don't invite them over to my house. Please don't. Please don't. Now, if you want to help her pay her bills, you better be able to take care of your bills at home. Because the quickest way to her house is going to be when you spending your money there and not over here. I'm going to help you. I'll help you pack your shit. I'll change the motherfucking locks myself. Oh, did I tell you I can do little small jobs like that too? I can change shower heads. I can exchange faucets and shit like that. Being poor has taught me a whole lot of things about how to help maintain a motherfucking house. I'm just saying, I know how to hook up a washer and a dryer to do the hot and the cold and little stuff like that. Shit me. Now, it get tricky with them kneecaps. If you want me to get down under the house, see, my knees done got stiff because I ain't done been riding no stallions for a while. Now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't. And then them knees, you got to keep on working them. You got to keep it hard. It's hard to find a man out yonder. Women don't want to share, so he got to sneak. We can't read the Bible. It was acceptable for the man to have more than one woman because he regenerates sperm every 3 days. He got some more sperm up in there. You want him to use it up. You don't want him sitting around there with that stuff building up. They gonna soon get turn on, and when it turn and start eating on his body, cause they can't get out. I mean, I don't know. Will it just seep out? I don't know, because it build up. Will it cause him to have some sort of cancer? Perhaps. I don't know. And then soon he can't get up because he's not using it backing up in there. I don't know. I really don't know. They gotta be able to get it out. And it's okay. It's okay. I feel like it doesn't matter. The bigger his empire, the bigger is his kingdom. The more children that he can have and help take care of and help raise, and if the women's can get along, the empire will be great. That's a great empire. King Solomon seemed like he had a great empire. Empire with her. You know all them children want on her here. You know goddamn well she was getting some dick somewhere else. Don't even try me with that bullshit. He ain't fucking no 700 women in no 1 week. Cause we know sometimes we be wanting that shit like every 3 or 4 days. Sometimes you be wanting that shit every damn day. Every day. Right now, no. It's been a long time. My knees done got stiff. I can't get down and if I got to clean your oven, it gonna cost you more and it costs something more, mean it might take longer than an hour to get that shit clean. I look at that motherfucker and I be like, how much scrubbing is I got to do? Cause I got to be down here on my knees and shit in front of this thing and we can't remove the damn dough or shit. I don't be knowing, that's one thing I don't know how to do. Take that goddamn dough off that oven. If I knew how to take that down. Then some people, they don't want you taking it apart. I need to see about doing that. How can I be looking, sometimes I done tried to take the plate out their bottom. I can't, I be like, oh, jack them. Because if I take this shit apart, then it'd be easier for me to come up in there. Especially if I could take the dough off. I ain't never thought about doing that. When a motherfucker want the oven clean. That shit done got like that. Look like the damn abyss underneath there. All that shit done got crusted up. Then they want they want to give you 10 goddamn dollars. Motherfucker want to give you $10 for all that scrubbing. Hell to the no. That's why don't nobody do no oven. Nope. They not on the list. No. But I do you got to let it soak though. I ain't proud of doing an oven though. I be wanting to hit that quick clean job. That oven slow me down. Then, like I said, I got to get down on my knees and do some scrubbing and shit. My knees and my back ain't what they used to be. Because, say, I ain't been getting all down like that. You think about it. When you riding a dick, your knees stay limber. Sex is good. Sex is a good exercise. Just that I can't find nobody out there that I want. I can't even find nobody I want to have sex with these days. Ain't that crazy? When I was young, just do it. Do it. I ain't had no boyfriend. I didn't. It's got some men out there who give it up. I grew that shit. I grew that shit. I wasn't doing it that often. No, it ain't like every week. No, it wasn't. I could go a long time without having sex. So it ain't like I was out there once a week looking for him. It might have been once a month. I'd be wanting some. Then I still might not get none. Then I start going. Then I might find a boyfriend and we might last a little while and then it don't last that long and then we move on and I mean I have did some but I ain't hurt nobody though. I believe in the freedom to do what I want with my own body. I know what it feel like to submit to a man that you don't want to submit to because you feel like that if you don't submit that the wrestling done turned into punching and now you getting scared. Was like the wrestling was something that you wanted to stop, but it would not stop no matter how you asked them to stop. And then the people who you were with, they got up and walked off, and I reached for one of my cousins, and she threw her body away from me, and she kept walking. And I stopped fighting as he pulled my shirt up. And I stopped reaching for her. And both of them walked out, and the other one went in the bathroom. And I stopped trying to push him away from me. I had wrestled with this man. He had just yanked me around for so long, and they did nothing, and I was more afraid to go outside. I'm like, surely at some point he will stop yanking me. He'll yank me, I'll have to fight away from him, and he'll let me go, and he'll, and I'll get up, and then I'll go over here, and I'll sit back down. And once I get comfortable, like they're talking, and he'll just yank me real hard again. back over. And he just started, yanking and pulling my shirt up, and they just got up. And I stopped wrestling. I did not want to. I felt like it got even his aggressiveness. He'd allowed me to get up from him on numerous occasions, and suddenly all that was gone. I was unable really to even wiggle. He had his knees between my knees, and he was holding my legs down, and I stopped wrestling. After he was done, he acted like he hadn't did a thing. Like he was just happy, like we were good friends and stuff. And I went outside and I couldn't say anything. All I could do was look out the window. All I wanted to do was to go home. And I really didn't want to hang out with them anymore. They were the only people that I knew and had to hang out with. They were my family, We grew up close, I know they didn't always push the bitch away, but I didn't think they literally was trying to push me away. Then one day it became crystal clear, you trying to push me away. So I'm going to be like that lone wolf. And I'm going to run on my way. And I moved away from there, from what home is where your heart is, and this is my home right here. It's not very far. I still love them and hope and pray that they really do love me, that they just had a funny way of showing it. I get up in the morning time sometimes, and this is like my meditation time when I get up earlier. It helped me to be more at peace with getting out of the door. When I admit to myself how I'm feeling and where I am and what's going on in my head. But the problem sometimes is that I would dwell on certain things too long, and it might just hit repeat. And the way I find to get off repeat is to write it out of my head. Sometimes I don't feel like writing, and I just want to do a book, a series. And I'm always brainstorming. And I can just, if I could just sit down and figure out where it should do. Should I just sit down to the computer or a piece of paper and just what I sit down and I write now. I sit down and I write. I brainstorm a whole lot. It's just the disciplining myself to go back, and then I'm like, well, how can I can't fill in the grays and the shades and the moods. I have to sit down and I'm like, that shit gonna take some time. And I can't sit still that long. I'm like constantly gotta be moving. And I was not like that. I used to like to read. I had to work, But even when I came home from work, sometimes I would still read. And then I would do just a little bit of writing here. Maybe just something, just a note or something to myself, anything, a little bit about just the way I'm seeing something, or I'm feeling someone, and or something that might have happened, just anything, just like even a poem that might have came to my mind, and I would just sit down and I would just write it. I would write it. And then one day I just threw it all on the fire and I burned it all up. It was just little stuff that I had saved for years. And I would always keep my little writings in like little note, like bags. And I would keep them together at my nightstand sometimes when I felt like writing. And then when it got a little bit bigger, I would put a little bit in the bottom drawers. And then I threw it on the fireplace and I burned it all up. I was feeling desperate. And because I would be like, well, maybe one day I'll write a book. You know, I've always felt like one day I'll write a book, or one day I'll write a book and it's going to make me some money and I won't have to move anymore. I'll have everything that I need. I'll have all the things that I need. And when I was a child, it was, and we won't have to move no more. And mama and daddy will be together and they won't fuss and they won't fight anymore. And I'll have a room and we won't have to move anymore. And we moved around a lot. Then I wanted children. I knew, I'm not in denial. I ain't gonna say no, I didn't want children. I wanted to be successful first. No, I didn't. I wanted to be a mother, and my children have been my motivation to be a successful person. Without them, I didn't have to do nothing. I could have been at the motherfucking beach. I could have been a hippie. But I wanted to be a mother. Now, I ain't saying hippies aren't mothers. I'm just saying I wanted to live that lifestyle. I got a van now. I ain't got no little small chair. I need to get that bitch painted hippie style and hippie written all over it. I need to do that. Just get me some paint and paint my van with me a Mirage or where I want to damn go. I just need to find something creative to do. And I can come up with some really neat ideas. And then if I don't write them down, I'm going to forget about them. And then if I do write them down, I might not ever go back and do them. Because my mind is always moving. It's always moving. My mind is just like a rock skipping on top of the waters. And I'm always just seeing things metaphorically in my head. And I'm trying hard to write it and to capture the moment and to remember my days so that I can stop being forgetful. I was just so forgetful. I couldn't remember anything. And I realize it's because I'm so busy trying to remember everybody else's business, I forget my own. I'm always up in everybody else's business. It's hard to shut mama off and she turn into a friend. That mama gonna always live inside of a woman. That complete feeling to nurture something. When a baby comes from her, the nurturing sets in. Oh, you better watch out. You better watch out. But see, these days, mama been trained differently. Mothers are being trained differently. Mothers are being trained to give guns to their own children. Mothers are being trained to turn their children on each other, tell their child to go to the playground and to beat them. That ain't what a mother would do. See, mothers been trained. You got a mother who will take on a baby that ain't even hers and feed that baby from her body to save its life. We have different species that would do that. Another different. I've seen what they got a calf, a surrogate. We got mothers now that take on other children, babies. But you got some that'll give your child a gun. They'll get a child a gun and tell them to kill that baby. To kill a child. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have said that. What did he say about your mama? Or even she might be having sex with the daddy. Or they gonna let the child get away with it. She don't want to see the child over him. Child ain't no motherfucking competition. You should be a mom to that child too, but you ain't no motherfucking mom. You ain't no motherfucking mom. Cause a real motherfucking mom, a real motherfucking woman, a real motherfucking bitch, she ain't gonna get no child no more. No, she ain't gonna get no child no motherfucking weapon and go out there and make that child do no fucking bullshit like that. You got that shit twisted. You looking at that shit on the motherfucking TV. You got mom going over here and giving their child a gun to go handle business. No, 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 no. If you don't handle that shit yourself, then leave that shit alone. If you ain't gonna handle that shit yourself, then you leave that shit alone. Then you move silently. Don't involve no children. Don't involve no children. Leave children alone. Them children. If you leave children alone, they'll squash them. They'll squash a fight. They'll squash that bullshit. They'll squash that shit. Well, what about bullying? Stand up to that bully. Stand up to the bully. Let them keep on. Yep. Let them gang up. Get you some too. You get the other. You get the one who got the trumpet. They been wanting to fight, but they just so separated. They sit around here just scared everybody. Everybody got something mean to say. Ain't nobody got nothing nice to say. Children feel isolated. Because you got even the trumpet player over here trying to talk motherfucking bullshit. Because his brother on the motherfucking football team. And the only reason your ass carrying that trumpet, because you couldn't make the motherfucking football team and you just don't want to go home in the evening time. In the football, they supposed to be, everybody's supposed to be in awe and rolling on. When you can feed this whole motherfucking nation, you'll have me awing and oohing and going to a parade. When we can heal the whole motherfucking nation, that's who I look toward for my oohing and my awing. The people who heal their lives. The people who heal their minds. I know they look to the football players for entertainment. I'm not entertained by football. I am not. It entertains that many people. And people so highly of this, that, and who win, and they going out to parade and make their team look good and make their city look great. But what is the people? How is the people? How is the city great? Everything is geared toward one thing, and the city suffers. Great the football, great the tennis. Everybody trying to get something and get in on and get their piece of the pie, and using our children to get them. Got the children out here. We can't do nothing. We constantly got to compete against each other. Constantly competing. Them your rivals over there. Them your rivals over there. Them your rivals over there. Constant competition. Then where do the need for a gun to come into? Even into an argument where people are sitting down having a meal and an argument breaks out and someone goes outside and gets a weapon and comes back and shoots someone. If you got away with your life, keep going. Keep going. Spare their life. Leave your weapons at home. If a lot of us, if we got a weapon, the weapon in the car is a shorter walk. Even if the person coming out, and sometimes we be so heated. And a lot of times it's an argument over a person. Sometimes it's not even the fact that they have done anything other than it could be the fact that he with his girlfriend. No, she with him. She with him. He ain't with her. She with him. She with who the fuck she want to be with. That's what she doing. You think you own her when you run up on somebody and you get to talking all that smack, and she might even like it. She might have planned this whole thing. This might be where you hear her and him hang out on Friday nights, and she wanted to get an uproar. What the fuck though? Where the Lord go? 5, 4, 3, 2, out at 1, go bow. Oh yeah, they fighting over me. He killed somebody over me. Over me. You don't know. I'm just saying. That's a weak motherfucker who gonna pull a triple cause somebody was fucking. Oh, please, I don't power to just walk up out the house. Go on and leave. Go on and leave. Cause if I say something, it's gonna get real, real motherfucking ugly up in that bitch. And this is the place where you had a right to stand your motherfucking ground. You in my motherfucking bed. Oh, fuck. No, I got to leave. Because she would not be here if he did not bring her in. I'm dealing with him straight up. She can keep right on moving, keep right on trucking. I got to go though, cause see, I'm finna do some shit that might cost me my motherfucking freedom. Like I said, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Don't bring a bitch to my bed and you don't give me some sort of, you don't come to my house to fuck. No. Go rent a fucking room. And then you gonna bring the bitch here and you ain't gonna tell me? At least introduce me so I can safeguard myself. I don't know what that bitch plans are. Rebecca, did this just show up unannounced to come to his house where he lived with his wife? No. I would never, even if I would give him some of his dick. And trust me, that thing will grow back. If it ain't growing back for you, then that ain't got a damn thing to do with me. And repeated use of condoms will constrict the flow. And to keep on using condoms just because they ain't getting caught. I remember this one guy, he wanted to fuck right there at my job. When I ain't getting no pussy, he stopped bringing in the boxes for me. Oh, he would take the boxes upstairs. You owe me a hug for that. If you'd asked for the hug up front, I probably would have said I got it. But I gave old dude a hug anyway. Now, he's a handsome man to me for if it was concerned. And then one day he took his gloves off and he had a ring on. And bam. Nope, I do not want to be bothered with nobody else. Nope, I ain't got time for the drama, the headache. If she were to call me and say it's okay, and we sit down and we meet, then I would be inclined to have sex with someone like that. I would. That's where I live at these days. I live in reality that I had a right to do what I want with my body. I have the right to. I don't want to be sneaking around behind nobody's back. I'm not trying to help you keep your wife happy. That's up to you. I'll give you some suggestions if she's going through some issues. Look, buy her something, do this, spend some time with her, start dating her, start going back out with her. Help her be interested in you, and she might be having her some on the side too, and y'all might be cool with that. Y'all might be cool with that. I don't know if I can take that or for how long. Because I want to be in a committed relationship with someone that is special to me. It's so hard to find that. And perhaps I am too picky, as some would say, but I like dating men around my age. At least 10 years junior, maybe 5 years, 10 years senior. Because, see, they done got on up in age, too, now. But even finding one that's a good 65, that ain't married, ain't in a relationship, and ain't gay, that's hard, too. It's hard. Men, we got so many men out there who've gone gay. They don't even want to cheat with women no more. Because you got a lot of men out there who looking for someone, they'll take it up the butt. And you got a lot of men out there. That's the first thing that one asked me, can I do it in your butt? Then it has become a routine now. They want me to bend over and let them fuck me up my ass. No. Nope. If it give me an AIDS, what the fuck you think it gonna give me? AIDS, cancers, all of these rare diseases, like what they call it, lupus and things like that. Is a lot of it associated with blood diseases or sperm diseases? What is it if a man has sex with a woman while she on his period? And will it damage his the area up in there? I mean, I be wondering a lot of those things. I can't. I don't know how to type it in either one. I just be thinking things like that sometimes. When my mind, I just and all morning, even at work, I'm thinking about the biscuits. I'm here, but my mind is elsewhere. But I wonder, do blood, is it like if the blood get into the male penis while he having sex with a woman, does it create damage in that area? A woman's body, I was reading, has a natural lube called a spermicide that help kill the sperm off when it enters into the vagina. When the sperm enters into the rectum, the body has no defenses against it. Then you get a tear in the lining of the intestines, and this sperm get into your bloodstream, and it start eating at your blood. All these sperms, and when a man ejaculates, he ejaculates a host of sperm, a host of spirits. God called his spirit holy. Is your spirit holy too? Is your spirit clean? Oh, and what if your spirit ain't clean up in you this evening? What if you done stuck it in somebody else's cesspool? And now you coming in here and you sticking it in my cesspool. Then you sticking it in my vagina, from my vagina to my cesspool. And now my body is sick. You done contaminated my body with my feces and feces from another. And now here you got your sperm coming and you going into my rectum or into a young man's rectum, and you are releasing all of that toxic into my body. Toxic. All for pleasure. If you wish to give your body away like that, and you over a certain age, I think that if he's a young man and he is not over a certain age yet, that he should not be told that he acting like a girl, because he ain't no fucking girl. I don't care how he walk. If he ain't done had nobody around him but women, he certain to act a certain way. And you know he a boy up in there. He the only rooster in the motherfucking hen house, and you treat him like the motherfucking rooster in the hen house. Let him. He should already be telling him, look, boy, don't tell him how to even act when he go on a date. You encourage him to go out with girls. A straight man is becoming a rare fucking commodity these days. They something that we can't. A man that will not even fuck you up the ass. That remind me too much of homosexuality. Don't come my way with your asshole. No. I don't want to do it. He know that it ain't healthy for his body, for feces to go all up into his thing. What do it do when that poop go up in there? I know it'll make my vagina sick. It'll get a cold. It'll make my portal. That's my portal of life right there. The vagina. That's the portal of life. We bring forth life. We bring forth actual human beings. Men don't want us. Men don't want babies no more. Women don't want babies no more. And the earth is big and getting bigger out here. And people live all jammed up. Big old cities, big old buildings. And yet the earth still dominates. All of these cities, and they just, and you might be in one area and it just seems so crowded. But look at that earth from the satellite point of view, that city, and all of that open area.
Nothing but open area. All freedoms, everything, everything that belonged to someone or people had lived there peacefully, occupied. The land was occupied. If it's occupied, you move on. If it's occupied, you move on. But you see other people's hard work and all the hard work they've put into building up this, and it's so big it looks like it's some sort of city. But, oh, they've been here. This city is old. They have been here for so many generations living. It just go back to buildings that they carved from the stones. Oh my gosh, all taken away and blown up, modernized, just taking and just robbing it over and over for wealth, looking for shiny objects and money and gold bars and frankincense and anything of wealth, anything of wealth, and killing everybody and taking it all and packing it away in vaults somewhere. Taking other people crown pieces that they made for their head and all their jewelry that they would take and all of the items that they done crafted with their bare hands and all of that taken away from them. And you all that unoccupied land that they could have got. But instead they want that what somebody done already put all their blood and hard work and tears in. And we keep on training our children how to take and how to kill, and that is okay. And now we scared to leave up out of our house unarmed. Oh, they might get us. And then you scared to let people come in on the border so you think a wall can keep them from getting you. If they wanted us, they'd have been got us. They hoping and praying that we would soon stop being cannibals. We just cannibal. We just occultish ways that always resolves to killing, then training other people to kill. That's a cultish way to train people to kill and to train to kill. That's a cult. To kill and to train to kill and keep on training and killing each generation, and the cult marches on. And we don't realize we're part of a cult. A cult trains to kill. Now, I'm not saying God did all that killing. In fact, I think that God should be on trial. And he should have to answer if he did it. But he didn't. He told them to do it. And we don't have to do everything that we are told to do. If you're going to jump off a bridge into the river, examine the river below and make sure that it's not rocks and stones. See how deep it is. Can you jump without landing on something hard? Can you jump and survive the jump? Examine first. I'm learning that as I grow, and I mature. I'm trying to examine, and I examine my head so fucking much. I get tired. I be glad to go to work. I be at work at 5 in the morning. I love it. I do. I do. I do. I get up, I go up in there, make the biscuits, and do the morning prep, and the biscuits homemade, and like the people that I'm working with, and they began to accept me, and then I felt that if I didn't resign, I didn't want to work with her anymore, and I wouldn't be taken seriously. I want to be taken seriously. I've never missed a day since I started. I was late when it was 5 degrees. I wanted to wait till I could see the road to go, but I didn't. I went on in and tried to get there. My van was cold every step of the way. I was so cold. My windshield, it was just like a little patch. I drove slowly because I was afraid of ice, and I didn't have hot water. I had cold water in the kitchen. It froze up, And I like working now. But I also am learning because that's like the job started off, that $10 is like started off pay more than I've ever been started off with on any other job other than my cleaning business. I set my own rate. And $10 is more than I've ever made unless I was work. Well, I did a job. I worked for a staffing agency where I was making $11 an hour, and I always showed up, and I always went to work, and they still let me go. And I'm like, I wonder what am I doing wrong? Why do I keep getting let go? And I'm working hard, and I'm trying very hard, and I do the job. I do the, and I'll even over exceed on some things that I don't have to. You didn't tell me to do them, but I know how to do them, and I'll even help. You know, what do you want me to do was always my thing. What do you want me to do? What is it that you want me to do next? And I remember I used to love working in the doctor's office, and something has always happened, and I'd be like, when I look at Monk, I'm like him, something bad's, because it's me. Am I a negative energy? I mean, I don't know. Am I a negative energy? Or do I just draw negative energy my way? I ask myself that too. I don't know. Is it because I don't say anything? Is it because I don't stand up for myself and do negative energy? Think that I'm just going to allow it to just consume me? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to let them just do it, and I'm just going to go along with it at all times. I'm not going to ever stand up for myself. And I stay at jobs, and I won't even ask for a raise. I would just be so happy that they gave me a job. Finding a job was not easy. I remember when I lived in Texas, I had applied for a job at a restaurant. We talked over the phone, and I had learned the menu. I was going over everything that I had learned with her, and I had never met the manager. It was another young lady who had given me the application and had gave me the menu to go over and to learn the order numbers. And I took the application back, and then she called me, the manager, when she showed up, she called me via phone. And when I showed up, her look said to me, I didn't get the job when she looked at me. She was so down on it. I'm like, is it because of the color of my skin? I didn't know. I did not know what it was. I'd never met her. I didn't know her. I'm living in Texas. I don't know anybody in Texas. Her whole attitude changed when I walked in the door and I introduced myself to her. Her whole attitude changed. And I knew at that point I did not get the job. I was trying to get a job in a doctor's office at LabCorp. The lady was impressed with my resume, and she made me feel like I would get the job in the doctor's office. I walked into her office, and when we met, her whole attitude changed. She gave me every reason, every negative reason as to why I would not like the job, but not one valid reason as to why she could not give me the job. I have been discriminated against by blacks, by whites. I know what it feels like. I had a grandfather who, if you were out and about, you would pass him for white. What did he check on his application? I don't know. I don't know what guidelines he had to follow in order to be counted as a citizen. Was he white? Was he black? What did he check in the motherfucking race box? Fuck that race. We all human. We all human. A race is when you got two motherfuckers out there on the sprint against each other, okay? You got a car race, boat race, swimming race. We humans. And then sometimes I find myself saying the word, I don't like saying the word race because we constantly competing. Yeah, we are in a race. We constantly competing. Because the lady told me that the other lady that she had just hired wanted more hours for biscuits. And she didn't want her to quit. So she didn't care. I wanted 5 days of biscuits. I liked doing the morning prep. When she gave me the job or offered the job to me, would you like to do? Yes. I said, but I don't want it if the other lady coming back. I said, I don't want to take her job because I didn't. I would do the biscuits on the 2 days that she were off. Because the other guy, Michael, he was doing the biscuits and then he had got out of it. At that point, I really didn't want to do biscuits anyway. Then once I started doing the biscuits and the prepping, and then I was doing it 5 days and then 2 days off, I go in there. It was working out perfectly for me. Then I can be open for my grandchildren in the evening. At 5 to 11, I had my 5 days set. And now I'm here for them. That's where I want to be, here for them. In the evening time, if I could have the little one who going to the daycare center with me, I would have him when I leave Burger King or wherever, or my new place of employment. When I leave there and I go through and I pick him up. But his mama said she don't want him to lose his spot. He there so long. He there so long, all day long. And then when he act out, he ain't but 2. They want to act like he's so bad. He active. They all active. All them motherfuckers is bad. They active. So if being active is bad, then all of them little motherfuckers is bad as hell. They'll swing from the motherfucking chandelier. If they could reach that motherfucker, they'll be swinging from the chandelier. It's my job to work hard to try and keep them safe. Now they climbing all up on the table and they all up on the shoe rack or wherever the children store their stuff at. How did they get up on that motherfucking table that fast? And then it 3 of them up on there. And this bitch up here with a phone taking motherfucking pictures. And this thing pull across in the middle of the floor. That shit should be somewhere against the wall. It should be a little fence up somewhere around here so that they cannot leave outside. I mean, if I had me a daycare center, I have child safety as the first and the top priority in there. They play area would be just that. You can do that. I had that shit. I mean, just I visualize what I would do with it to keep it safe. I just have a lot of dreams and a lot of visions what I would do with things. I can't make it come to life. I can't make it come to pass because I don't have the money. And I refuse to even try to borrow it. My niece would have helped me, got me a restaurant. She told me to look around and see, and she'll see what she could do. That's more than a lot of people done told me. Even though I talked myself out of it, because I don't want to be responsible for payments and shit, because I know how my life done shifted so many times. I don't want to go into debt, but I had to go into debt with my little credit cards and stuff, and I maxed out my MasterCard with Sears, but it helped me to get into my home. Then I live in constant fear. Will I be able to keep it? Will I be able to keep it? Will I be able to keep it? Because I'd have moved so many times. Man, my life has been exhausting. I've not been given the proper space to rest and to recuperate. It's okay to cut the television off and to sit there in darkness and to listen to your thoughts. We disturbed by our own thoughts. It's your brain. Well, what's that in there? What's that? Wait a minute, I hear something. You know why don't nobody hear it but you? Because it's in your head. It's called thinking. TV constantly going. We're constantly working. We're constantly in conversation with someone. And our mind never gets a chance to rest. And we're not dealing with anything. We just storing and we're on overload. And we're not sitting down and we're not emptying out our spirit. You know how a computer can get so overcrowded and it'll malfunction? It'll stop working, it'll freeze up. It got to be rebooted in order to work right. You got to clean it up, clean up, clean it up, clean up, clean up, clean up, clean up, like deleted files. What's a deleted file in the brain? Perhaps stuff that gone on yesterday. We didn't take time to deal with whatever we might have had, and a lot of the time the day not registered because we just going through the motion, because we do the same old thing every day. People work every day and cannot get a vacation. People change jobs frequently. Whatever the reason, people, they just have to go. People are suffering. People are bipolar. And it's okay to have mood swings. But we got a lot of people who suffering. We got a lot of people out there who've been molested and who cannot find a safe place to talk about it. It's been tucked away into their heart and their head, and they done forgot about it. They done forgot about it. Oh, they telling a lie. They're making them say that they did. And well, do they a lot of times these children battling demons for a reason, because it could be something going on. They might have issues. I don't know. But for whatever the reason, they don't have a safe place to talk. They don't. Children don't have a safe place. A lot of times they had no right. You do what you want with your own. Was that not written in the Bible? You do what you want with your own. Children they were sold. Parents would sell them. Child didn't want to go. Child did not want to go. Girl child, she be sold to some old man who want to have sex with her because he want more. The more children he had to marry her. He just loved having children. Or do he just love little young girls? I mean, I don't know. Has it kept him going? Has it? But what if they want to be a part of that? And what if they don't? Who stands up for the little girl that don't? Or the little boy that don't want to be sold as a slave? Who stand up for them when their own parents can sell them? Who stand for them when they say, no, I don't want to, and they're taken and they're sold against their will? Or even when the parents say no, and then you got someone else who steal them, kidnap them, take them against their will. What happens to them? At least the parents know where their child is when they are sold. That's sad to say. But at least the parent know where they at. But when your child being kidnapped, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. Children gone missing. Been missing some, been missing for years. Parent heart been bleeding and hoping and praying. Please, if you've given, taken somebody's child, to just say so and let the parent know that you took them. Get a parent some type of closure, please. Oh, now I be wanting to eat. I done talked out. I'm tired of talking. Now I had to go about my day. And by tomorrow, it starts over again. Then I feel like I'm stuck in a rut because I can't move forward, and maybe that's why, because I'm still at that grave. In my mind, I'm still at the grave, and I have a hard time moving past that. And even though I go to work, I wasn't connecting. I was going through the motion. I really didn't want to be there. I really just wanted to be at home and left alone and not talk or speak to anybody. I did not. I just wanted to be in my house away from everybody. Everybody. I did not want to go. Now I'm wanting to go just a little bit more, but I don't like to stay long. I just want to where I can be. I want a job where if I make enough money working 4 hours, then I can come on back home. It's hard to find that. It's hard. People use everything. You have no college degree. I don't need a college degree to work down here. I'm the one who helping too to make sure that you getting paid. So I'm helping contribute. You have X amount and so much money left over. And you won't even give us a little old bonus out of that money. Just a little taste. Won't even invest in those that sell you their time so that they can keep going. $8 on some of these jobs with the economy as bad as it is. Who making these decisions? And they bringing us to one. No more trading over here, no more trading over there. They ain't letting people come into the country to help pick the food no more. Chicken houses being destroyed, animals being destroyed, gardens and farms and all of this shit out here being destroyed. What the fuck is going on? What are they trying to do to us? Walls fucking going up around. You better be worried. Is they putting that wall to keep crime out or keep our ass in? Somewhere to go down. Could you get out that wall down there with that barbed wire put up on the top of it? Could you get out if you really needed to? If you really needed to. How many people don't have a passport? Even if they go to a border, they don't even have a fucking passport. And many denied a passport because they are felon. You ain't get, what if they want to go to another country and the other countries will welcome people in, but you use that card to hold them back and to keep them here. Many people, many. If you want to smoke all the weed you want, then maybe we should just move and go to another country and don't have to deal with them. To a country where it's legal. To a country that has but what about if the criminals go with you? We got criminals everywhere. We got criminals everywhere. Jaywalking is a crime, I've been told. So we got criminals everywhere. We got more jaywalkers in the city because there's more people in the city, in certain major cities. I wonder, do we have more jaywalkers in New York or Los Angeles? We might have more jaywalkers in some of the smallest communities. Ain't nothing coming. You think I'm going to stay here and wait on this light to turn? Waiting on no light, I'm going to keep it going. Whew. I feel better. I feel better. My mind, I'm still at the grave, though. I still see the grave. Because my mama was buried today, so that's probably why I'm seeing the grave today, too, you know. I miss your mom. I miss you, Jeremy. Jess. I miss my grandparents. My grandparents were great to me. My daddy was great. I had 2 dads. I tell anybody I had 2 dads. One dad who said that his name was on the birth certificate, so that make me his daughter. And the other man who said that he was my biological dad, who I knew who he was. He introduced himself to me, and he gave me his phone number. And I occasionally I reached out, and then something happened with my phone. I had the number written down. My stuff got molded. I lost his phone number. And I moved around so much. I guess he didn't know where I was, because he would stop by. He would stop by sometimes. Then I moved to Atlanta, and I lost touch with him. My phone dropped. So I really, only owners I have left is the United States government. My daddies, my mom, my grandparents. I got a brother and I got a sister who's older than me. Well, I got 3 sisters by my biological dad, but we've never even really met face to face. We've never even met face to face. One of them, she do speak with me, and she do accept me as her sister. And she called me when he was, when they were, to say when they were going to have a funeral. I did not want to go to the funeral. It would have meant more to me if she had called me while he was still alive, and I could have seen him for one last time before he passed away, but I didn't. So I kept moving forward, and he was the last one that was living, that was above me, but I had not spoken to him in quite some time, because like I said, I didn't have a phone number for him. I did not know how to get in touch with him anymore. I didn't. And like I said, when I lived in Monticello, he would stop by occasionally. He kind of always knew where I was living at. Even if I didn't say it, he would. Then he gone too. And so I don't have any more owners over me other than the United States government. And I wish to remain free. I wish that they would give me my freedom back and get their hands off my portal. Please get your hands off my portal of life and stop telling me how I am supposed to live. It's not your business. I'm sick of being used as a tool for the government to get their way, and we allow it. Until we stand together in unison and let them know, look, we don't care who we put into this White House. It has not made a change in my house. We're going to let you guys have this thing. This is all you. We will no longer support you with tax dollars. Not at all. You will no longer have our monies coming. I refuse to shop with you if they're going to take taxes out. We have to do something, because they've always been out of control. We got more control right now over the House than we've ever had. And I still say our vote has never mattered. I believe the office is going to be filled by who they want to put in there, whoever actually runs the government. I feel like they've already decided who's going to fill that seat. They just give us a false illusion that we were the ones who decide, and our vote don't fucking even matter. Why is it taking so long for him to be sworn into this cult? Into this cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. We don't, it's one leader speaking for everybody. It's a cult. One person speaking for everybody, and you not being able to speak for yourself. You're supposed to do as you are told. Don't say not one word or else. That's a cult. That's that cult shit. And we part of a cult, and we just don't even realize it. I don't have any jobs today. No, nowhere at all. I start at my new job at McDonald's. I will start there on Tuesday, so I will be. Hopefully, I'll get started on my taxes. Hopefully, I'll have the minds. I think about it, but then my spirit be so. It's like just tugging, just pulling me down, and I'm not ready for the grave yet. So I shake it off, and I try to keep moving, but my mind is just pulling me down because I'm just so stressed out because I'm afraid that someone's going to take my life or I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm at a constant fear of death and wondering how it's going to happen. And that shit is crazy as fuck. But it's for real. But anyway, I gotta go fix me something to eat. I'm hungry. I am hungry. I want me some grits. I got me some spinach up in there, some bella mushroom, the baby bellas at that, some onions, some tomatoes. I got some of them little oh, my belly growling while I'm thinking about it. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go fix me something to eat. Blessings.